Mellow greetings, Tubians, RononTyr here, and let's fanfic Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town. Summer 27, Year 1, Sunday. Sunny. Summer is really starting to wind down, Journal, and the days are still incredibly warm, and I expect that to continue on into autumn for a while, but the nights are getting lovely and cool. It's kind of a pleasure just to go and sit outside and lean up against the house once the chores are done. Feel that cool breeze wash over me. Bliss. Today was a bit of a mixed bag, actually. It started out fairly ordinary, tend to everything as one does. Tomatoes were up and there was another pineapple. I'm going to need to start thinking about what I'm going to do with the fields heading into autumn so that I can maximize my early autumn planting. I still don't actually know what I'll be growing yet come autumn, but, well, we'll find out, I guess. That'll be fun. Sure. Once all the chores were done, everybody was petted, let out for food, the eggs were collected. Unfortunately, Mugu and Barbara are still not fully growed up. Rayan is still himself. That's not unfortunate, that's actually kind of cool. I had to run into town after that, go pick up my new shiny hammer from Saibara. So next time I head down to the mines, it should hopefully be a little bit easier to get through, because I really need to focus on getting through those mines. I know that there's stuff in there that I'm going to need. I'm also kind of hoping it'll be a way to supplement income come winter, because if I recall my reading rightly, there's no planting in winter, so yeah. And the animals, sure, they're going to help, but... And a couple of eggs a day and maybe some milk if Mugu's all the way growed up, but I'm going to need to do something. I'm also trying to work on that commitment I made to myself a while back about seeing people more and being more friendly and being more sociable, so after I went to see Saibara and I picked up the hammer, I decided I'd stay in town for a little bit. I stopped and said hi to Brandon. He was in the little cove? What do we call that? There's a little patch. It's like a park, maybe, in the middle of town. There's a little pond. It's actually really quite nice, and I'm not sure what I should call it. After that, I decided to go up and see Doc, because he's a straight shot from the park, and that's where the day took a bit of a turn. Park? Park's a good term. Yeah, we're going to call it a park. Yeah, he had some more of that medicine in, and apparently he's been working on it, and he's refined it, and he's made it more powerful, and if humanly possible, less tasty. And Journal, this was foul. And when I was a kid and we were struggling a bit, my mum used to make this stuff that she called noodle muck. And that was macaroni and cheese and baked beans and ham sauce and a jar of cheese and some more cheese, and it was possibly the foulest thing I've ever tasted. I can't eat cheese anymore as a result of that. This potion tasted worse. Oh, I can still feel it on my tongue. The flavour of it was so powerful, I thought I was going to pass out, and next thing I knew, Ellie was holding me up, and Doctor was... Well, he wasn't happy, he was checking on me, and he seems to believe that the stimulants that were in the potion were too powerful. I didn't have the heart to tell him that it was the taste. Oh, but he was so excited when I said I'd agreed to help him test it out, and he looked so... Well, actually, he looked pretty darn handsome, and... Yeah, it was a moment. It was a moment, Journal, and I think he appreciated my efforts, and I have to admit that coming out of a near faint and looking up into those stern, sweet grey eyes, and it was an experience. Such nice, strong hands. After that, I dropped in to see Cliff and said hi. I haven't spoken to him in a little while, and looks like he's still hunting for work. It doesn't seem like he's had much luck yet. Hopefully, we'll find him something soon. Hopefully. I worry. Beyond that, it was the usual run up the mountain, do my foraging, make my offering, etc., etc., etc. Nothing unusual with the goddess. It was starting to cool down by that point, so I decided to test out my new hammer and clear the fields, get some more fodder together for Mugu and Barbara, break some rocks. I really wanted to test how that hammer was working. Weird day. Weird day. Huh. Such a sweet little smile. I'd like to see him smile again. It's late, journal. I've got to pack it in. Night. P.S. Journal, there's another storm tomorrow, like the one we had the other week. I remembered this time. I got out and I put out extra feed for all the critters. Hopefully they'll be okay. Looks like tomorrow is going to be a fairly boring day for us. Just trapped in the house together, you and me. Nothing else to do. I'll see you tomorrow, Jenna.
From the case notes of Dr. T. Doctor, MD. Further refinement of medication has proven promising. A new batch of medication came through, even stronger than the first. Needless to say, I immediately set about improving its efficacy with haste. The added stamina booster has once again failed to improve its taste, so I have made a point of adding several extra ingredients to counter its flavour. The combination of spearmint, pineapple, and sardine do seem to have helped ameliorate the original taste, but I do regret that this sacrifice leaves me with only half my sandwich for lunch. Luckily, the medicine itself has provided me with enough pep to make it through the day, empty stomach or no. Patient presents with a self-diagnosed case of what he terms the vapors. Went through the motions of confirming his good health, found no symptoms beyond hands covered in sawdust and a tendency to act in as overwrought a fashion as possible. Patient tried to pay with a number of small chicken carvings. Ellie had to explain once again that this is not a viable form of currency. Patient, Brenna. Well, I guess I should say participant. Age? I must ask Ellie to record this properly. Occupation? Farmer. Reaction? Dire. The medicine seemed to have an even more pronounced effect, but left the patient unconscious for a few moments. Having tested this on myself without ill effects, I can only assume the issue is a result of Brenna's strenuous lifestyle. Ellie suggests the issue may be more connected to the medicine's impact on our respective palates, but I don't see how a case of hypogeusia would cause Brenna to experience an overreaction. Given the flavour, I have clearly resolved the taste issues anyway. Sent home to rest, but strongly suspect I'll see her running all over the woods on my way home. Additional note, the time has almost arrived to do the annual performance reviews again. I always dread this time of year. Admittedly, my only employee is Ellie, but she takes any criticism so harshly. I will be going easy on her in light of her home situation. Just a small comment about her occasionally selecting the wrong medicine for patients. That should be enough that she doesn't feel like I'm going too easy on her. I do try to be here for her. I hope she knows that she doesn't have to face everything alone. Just patients trying to pay in chicken statues.
Summer 28, Year 1, Monday. Stormy. It's batten down the hatches weather, as I suspected. The winds are too strong for me to even get out the front door. I am really glad I managed to get out and put extra feed down for the critters last night, and hopefully they'll be okay and not too scared. I worry about them, and I worry about Rayan not being able to go and run around, and it's just not easy, you know? It was a fairly boring day. I don't know what time it is. It's too dark to tell by peering out a window, and TV's off, so I'm not sure what the weather tomorrow is going to be like, or get to see any of my shows. Oh, I feel like I'm ancient saying that. I spent most of the day just chopping up wood. I had some in storage, and, practicing with the axe, much as I did with the hammer during the last storm. Just lift and swing and lift and swing, and that was basically the whole day. And I could have stopped and tried to cook some more food, or I did do some cleaning. I did tidy up a bit. I put some stuff away and dusted. This place gets really dusty really fast, so got to keep on top of that. But mostly I just played with my axe, and now I'm talking to you, and I really, really hope that the critters are okay. Anyway, I'm tired from the lifting and the swinging, so I'm going to call it early. At least, I think it's early. Oh, I hope it's early. Night, Journal.